Hi, welcome back to my channel. So, if you're new here, then I guess I should just give my spiel where I say, I don't think the Sephora sale is really all that in a bag of chips, you know? It's not that great. It's not that great of a sale. I think you can get better deals during Black Friday / like spring sales, etc., you know, through the actual brands. And also other retailers like Credo and Violet Grey have way better sales when it comes to either clean beauty or luxury beauty throughout the year as well. So anyways, if you're not new here, I'll just spare you all of that and stop talking, and let's just get into it, because these are the products that are really standing out in my collection that just so happen to be sold at Sephora as well. So let's just get into it. Let's start with complexion. So you already know that I love the Hollywood Flawless Filter. I'm not gonna blab about that in today's video because you just already know, if you're not new here, that I love that product, and it's just been my ride or die for years. But something that I think goes really well with the Hollywood Flawless Filter is the Givenchy Prisme Libre Color Corrector, Skin Caring Color Corrector, Skin Caring Corrector. It's green. If you are a fair-skinned olive person like I am, then this product, it's pricey, but it's worth every penny. It is so good. It gives your skin this like illuminated, healthy look. Like, it truly is like a skin-caring color corrector. Like, your skin looks so good when you add this onto any sort of priming moisturizer, anything that you do to prep your skin for the rest of your makeup routine. This is vital for you. Or if you just suffer from redness in general, this is also a really great product. I use this to kind of manipulate other makeup products because Fair Olive is kind of a rare shade of skin tone, so a lot of brands don't really make shades that match me 100% correctly, so sometimes a little tool like this really helps other great formulas go a long way and look impeccable on you. So yeah, love her. I make this one short and sweet because I talk about it all the time. This is one of my holy grail products. This is the Kosas Revealer Concealer. I love this. It's so good. It has caffeine in it. It makes my under eyes look so smooth, so awake. I like to use this all over my face as part of my all over like foundation, no foundation sort of routine. It's just so lovely. It's a lovely product. It's like medium coverage. It's buildable. You can share it out. It's really good. I talk about this all the time on my channel, and I will continue to do so because I love it. I think it's fantastic. New concealer in my collection that I have been loving is the Tower 28 Serum. Is that what it's called? Serum concealer. It's just a serum concealer, and that's what it is. It's very serumy, but it's not overly dewy. The longevity is there. It has like almost a natural satin skin-like finish, but it also adapts to any sort of like priming base that you have on underneath. So if you have a more matte base, it's not going to like slip and slide all over that or lift up your makeup. And if you have a dewy base, it's just gonna let the glow shine through. Like, it's really, really great. And what's kind of dope about this, you get 6.5 milliliters of product in this, and it's like $22 or something like that. And the Revealer Concealer, you get 6 milliliters for like 32 or something. This is like $10 more than this, and you get more product. Ooh, she has some competition now, I have to say. But the only thing that I have to say is the shade. I got a light neutral shade. I got EP, the shade EP, and it does pull a little peachy on me. So because of that, this is where this comes in. And I just mix them a little bit together, and it just, beautiful. It's what actually my base that I have on today. It looks great. I really enjoy it. Maybe next Holy Grail duo. With all that concealer talk aside, I did buy one of my first foundations in years. This is the Glossier Stretch Fluid Foundation, and I got this in the shade Light 3. So like I was saying before, they don't really make light olive skin toned things in complexion products for people like me. So anytime I see one, I'm like, I gotta try it. I gotta see. And this is, I think, one of the best shade matches I have ever put on my face. Yeah, it's so good. And my skin looks lovely with this on. This is such a beautiful product. And Glossier is now sold at Sephora. I will say that Glossier does have really good deals, promotions, independent sales on their own website, but if you are Rouge and you get the 20% off, I would say that this is a foundation that you should look into. It's not overly dewy, it's not matte or mattifying, it's a beautiful skin finish. So your skin just looks beautiful when you wear this. It wears impeccably all day. All day. It's just, I'm a really big fan, and yeah, I highly recommend if that's a finish that you're into. Let's get into blush. I tried to really cull the amount of blushes that I wanted to talk about today. You know, I really could recommend so many, but I dwindled it down to three. The first one is a powder, and this is so, okay, let me just preface. I don't dislike powder blushes. I love all blush. Blush is my favorite makeup product. But there's something about powder blush where it's like, I either deem it good or not. And I guess you could say that about all makeup, but when it comes to powder blush in particular, it either is, it just is, or it's like crappy, it's a crappy formula, or there's no like real gray area for it. I either don't want to touch it at all or I can't put it down. And so I don't really discriminate against like matte versus glowy versus baked versus loose. I don't know. It's either good or it's not. I either want to use it all the time or I just forget that I even own it, sort of thing. But so this one, obviously, I love. And it's the Dior Rosy Glow blush, and this is in the shade Rosewood. I really want to try the shade Cherry. I'm really up in the air whether I'm actually going to participate in the Sephora sale this year, because like I feel like I have a pretty good collection going and I'm using all of my makeup. I want to touch all of my makeup all the time. I'm not really forgetting about anything. Even though it is kind of getting on the larger side now, and I am debating on like new ways of storage. Anyways, this blush is really standing out. Like there was for a while, I wasn't even picking up any of my cream blushes. She's great. She's so beautiful. If you like touch it, it doesn't like swatch well. It doesn't like, it kind of feels hard in the pan. Like it doesn't even like come up on my finger that much. But when you pick it up with a brush and it goes under your skin, it's like velvet. It just goes and blends itself out, and it leaves this very ethereal finish. Like it's so beautiful. Rosy Glow is like the best name they could have given these blushes. And yeah, I just can't recommend more if you like powder blushes over creams. Okay, so for everybody who's not new here, I'm gonna keep this one really simple. I love the Rose Ink lip and cheek color. And this one in particular is Daylily. This is described as like a muted kind of taupey pink. And I think it's great. I love it so much. I don't even know how to describe how much I love it anymore because I've just been talking about it basically since they came out. And yeah, it's just an amazing formula. It's not too dewy. It's not matte. It just is one of the best cream blush formulas I've ever tried personally. And what I deem a really, and personally, so this is for me, what I deem a good cream blush formula is that it's adaptable. So it's pigmented, but not too pigmented. So you can really like put your brush in there and blend it out in a realistic way. So it's not going to be like you're blending it and it's just taking over your entire makeup look. But at the same time, it adapts to whatever base you have underneath it. So if you have a cream highlight, it's going to, you know, let the cream highlight come through, but it's not so sheer and balmy that it just disappears in 2 hours. And, you know, it's just, then it would just be like a waste of money. An example of that is like the Merit Balm cheeky thing, like their cheek, the Merit blushes. I don't like them. I think they're a waste of money. I do not promote that product at all. This is what I want a cream blush to be. Yeah. Another cream blush that I deem falls into the perfect formula category because it is pigmented, but just pigmented enough that it's a realistic everyday use type of product is the Tower 28 Beachplease blushes, and this one is in the shade Power Hour. It's a beautiful terracotta. It's one of my top 3 blushes. I love this blush formula so much. It's absolutely impeccable. This comes in a variety of shades, and it's really up there with the rose ink. Like, it blends itself, it adapts to any formula. You can use this with other creams, you can use this with powders on top. It's such a good formula. And so yeah, these 2 cream blushes, what else do you need? Staying on the Tower 28 thought, I'm just gonna move on to bronzer contour. So I'm gonna talk about the Tower 28 Sculptino in the shade Getty. Now, I don't deem this really like a contour. They're marketed as contours because they do have a cream bronzer, but it's like a shimmery, balmy kind of thing, and like, you know, not for me. Like, I already know what I like. And this is it. It's a I consider this more of a bronzer because it is like a neutral, cool toned. Like, it's a sculpting shade, but it's warm enough that you can put it all over the face to add a little bit of warmth. Like, it just has like the tinge of warmth that doesn't make you look dead, doesn't make you look washed out, doesn't make you look like way too structured. I have this on my face today, and it's just like, it's subtle and it's nice, but it lasts all day. It goes on in very thin layers that you can build up or sheer out as much as you want. And it doesn't make powder products go on top of it in a patchy way. Like, it doesn't stick to any spots. Yeah, it's honestly perfect. Like, it's such an amazing product. Another like bronzer that I would like to recommend is the Gucci bronzer. And so if you're in the market for any sort of, you know, luxury makeup item, or if you're shopping to give somebody a gift, or if you've just been eyeing this up, I say that this is so worth it. It's so worth it. It's so beautiful. It's a luxury makeup item. Obviously, it's Gucci, but it's like start to finish, like the presentation, the product inside, it's velvety, it's even. The color choices that you have are absolutely stunning. This is in the shade 2, by the way. So it's like a nice neutral bronzer. And it's not too dark, but it's also not like the lightest and not like pulling too red, if that makes sense. I think for a powder bronzer, if you're in the market for a luxury makeup item, the Gucci bronzer is an amazing product. And this layers on top of this beautifully. It's beautiful, beautiful combination. Okay, so I have 2 mascaras. One is from Tower 28. Tower 28's been a really big brand for me this year, if you can't tell. This is the Tower 28 Make Waves mascara. This is the black one. They recently came out with a brown, if you're more into that, but I do prefer a black mascara. This is a fantastic, easy wash-off mascara. I just think that it makes my eyelashes look beautiful. It's such an amazing product. It's only $22, I think, so it's fairly inexpensive for a Sephora brand. And I'm just not gonna blab about it because everybody talks about this mascara, and rightly so. It's wonderful. It's beautiful. A newer mascara in my collection that I've been loving for a bit now, but it's the first time I had ever tried it. This is the Ilia Limitless Lash Mascara, and I just want to show you the wand here. It just is such an interesting wand. Like, it has longer bristles here and shorter bristles here, and it really combs through your lashes. This is also an easy wash-off formula. It doesn't irritate my eyes, and I just think it's a really, really nice formula. I've been recommended this by a lot of you here on my channel, and yeah, you guys know me. You all know me. You know what I like, and I love this, and I do recommend, if you're in the market for a new mascara, try this one. Okay, eyes are really hard because if you're not new here, you know that I am indeed a one and done eyeshadow girly. I love a wet looking glittery topper. So I'm gonna steer away from that today because I do have another one and done eyeshadow video in the works. I'm almost complete with what I want to include into it and what I want to recommend to all of you. So that's going to be in the works for a future video. So I want to recommend one of the like 3 palettes that I own. And when I say palette, I mean like a quint. It's the Dior Soft Cashmere. If you were in the market for a cool toned, here, let me get these. if you're in the market for a cool toned eyeshadow palette, but you don't want a big honkin' Pat McGrath or a Natasha Denona or the Makeup by Mario or anything like that, I think that this one is better. Maybe not better, I don't want to say better, but it's just like, it's not gonna like take up all the room on your vanity. You know, like it's compact, it's elegant, it's chic. It's what I'm wearing on my eyes today. It's such a beautiful, soft, cool tone palette that's perfect for fall and winter. It's just so lovely. It's really, really beautiful. They recently reformulated. This is in the old formula, but I can't see how the new formulation is, you know, gonna be that much different. But yeah, soft cashmere, I would say that this is the way to go if you're looking for an eyeshadow palette. I don't ever get eyeshadow palettes that are more than like quads or quints. Like 4 or 5 eyeshadows, I think is all you need for a color story. Like personally, that's just me. But I also just want to zoom you in so you can really see just how beautiful that eyeshadow palette is. Like, I think I have 4 shades on my eyes today from that palette. So basically the whole thing. So nice and smoky, glittery, wet looking, beautiful. Okay, so now on to highlight. So I always recommend the Hollywood Flawless Filter because it's just like my ride or die. I've been using it basically since it came out, and I haven't really found a replacement for it or anything that can really make me forget about it. You know what I mean? Like the Auric Glow Lust is really great. But I find that one to be just, it's like a different finish. It's just like a different product, even though it was inspired by. But anyways, so an actual highlighter that I want to recommend is an oldie but a goodie for me. And this is the Nude Sticks Nudies Glow in the shade Bubbly Bebe. And yeah, I recently watched Nikki LaRose, who's a Los Angeles makeup artist who has a YouTube channel. And she was just talking about how much she loves this. And I was like, you know what? I love that too. And I've just been using it ever since. And I haven't really been able to put it down. It's what I have on my cheek today. And it's just, if you're in, I guess I should preface, if you're into a glassy glow, wet looking, you know, just balmy, sticky, you know, if that's the kind of highlight that you're into, you'll love this. It's just, it's beautiful. And there, for a while, like I didn't forget about it. I was just using other things, but I come back to this time and time again. And I'm just like, you know, it's really good. Oldie but goodie, you know? But yeah, so I don't like powder highlighters, and I don't like glittery highlighters. I don't like the strip. I know what I like, and I like a ooey gooey. I like the ooey gooey. Okay, now on to lips. So I've really diverged from full pigment lipsticks, whether they be glossy, satin, or matte. I just really can't be bothered too much anymore. Like, it's just not me. Like, I like a lip gloss, I like a lip oil, and I like a kind of transparent tint now. Like, that's just where I'm at with my makeup game. So I guess I'll just start with what I have on my lips currently. And the lip liner is the Sephora brand. What is it? Sephora Rouge Gel Lip Liner. I have this in the Nudest. So if you're like anywhere from like fair to medium skin toned, this lip liner is such an interesting shade because it is like a pure like contour color. Like, it's really, really cool. Like, it's a very cool toned nude, and it spreads out. Like, it's a really lovely formula. It's not the longest lasting, but it will take a kind of boring lip look and turn it sculpted, or add a little bit of coolness to it so it'll match, like, you know, like your eye look or your blush, or just, you know, just add a little bit of definition to kind of just take it there another notch. I think they're, you know, well worth the money. I think they retail for like $15, but during the Sephora sale, they are 30% off. So I think that's a really good time to pick up any of the Sephora makeup products or brushes, I highly recommend the brushes. Just any brush. They're all good. All the Sephora brand Pro brushes, so good. They're so good. Anyways, the gel lip liners from the Sephora brand, yeah, really great. That's what I have on my lips today, paired with another Glossier product. I started to sort of revisit Glossier there for a second, and they did like a little like flash sale or whatever on their website a few weeks ago where it was like you buy the foundation and you get one of these for free. So I was like, why not? So I picked up the Generation G lipstick. Is that what it's called? Sheer Matte Lipstick. Semi-transparent. I have this in the shade Leo, and this is a drier formula. This is not moisturizing. Don't assume that this is going to be like a balmy kind of formula. It kind of has like a floral scent to it. So this is like one of those like very sheer matte browns. And so how I like to use it is I like to dab a little bit of lip balm, let it sink in a little bit, like it's like you're prepping yourself. You prep. Part of your prep, you know? I use the Nudest lip liner from the Sephora brand, and then I use this. And that's what I have on my lips today, and I think it's lovely. I think it's so beautiful. So by adding the cool with this brown, it makes it a cool brown lip. Or you could line this with a warmer, like nude or a warmer brown lip liner, and then it would turn into a warm toned brown lip. And so that's what I really love about this, is that it's like a tool that's super versatile. By itself, it's a little dry for me, but it's kind of an everyday easy thing. You know, with how much I reapply lip gloss or chapstick or whatever, like lip balm throughout my day, having this to just kind of dab on top of it to give me a little extra something something, I really enjoy it. And I highly recommend this. It's a wonderful everyday makeup product. Generation G. Another everyday staple is the Summer Fridays Lip Butter Balm. I have this in the shade Vanilla Beige. I love this stuff. There are some sets that are on Sephora right now. They're probably already sold out, but you know, depending on your tier, if you like wait a little bit, you could probably pick one up. They'll probably put them back into stock, or they'll probably come back into stock relatively soon. But yeah, I love this stuff. This is kind of an everyday, like the Glossier, it's kind of like an everyday staple for me. It's a very sheer, wearable brownie nude, and it's very nourishing. It's very nice. Whenever I'm on the go, or I'm in a hurry, or I just don't know what to pair with my makeup look, I grab this. I always grab this, and it's a really great makeup product, and I highly recommend. Lip liner that I've been really into is, again, by Tower 28, and this is their one-liner multi-liner in the shade Work of Art. I think this is a really great formula. It's fairly inexpensive. It retails for $15, and then you get whatever percent off depending on your tier. It's creamy, it sets down, it's blendable. It's a really great makeup product. Set that I picked up before the sale that I highly recommend, because I think both of these products are impeccable and you get a pretty good deal. This is also by Tower 28, and this is their Lip Jelly Duo, and this is in a permanent shade that's an everyday I love, and it's called Chill. It is the best clear lip gloss that I've ever used, because it's hydrating, it's moisturizing, it's nourishing. It's not just, you're not just putting like a petroleum based thing on your mouth. Like, you are putting something so beautiful. I don't even know. It's just like, it's definitely like skincare meets like makeup. You know what I mean? Like, it's glossy, it stays in place, it's not ooey gooey, it's just like so beautiful. And when it wears away, your lips feel really good. Like, they don't feel dry. Like, they feel like you had put on a lip mask. And so I like to use this as an everyday lip over lip liner or a lipstick that's a little drier. And I also like to use this as makeup prep as well. Like, instead of like a lip balm or something like that, I'll just dab a little bit of this on, and by the time I get to like the step where I do my lips, my lips will be hydrated because of this stuff. So I think this is a really good bang for your buck. This is a limited edition shade, I believe. This is in the shade Chestnut. It's a beautiful like milky brown. It's perfect for like a holiday kind of like latte makeup look, if you will. It's gorgeous. It's a really gorgeous shade. It's like a milky brown with gold glitters throughout it, but the glitters don't really show up when you put it onto your lips. So yeah, I think that if you're looking for a lip set or a gift for someone, that these two together in the lip duo would be a really great gift for them. Okay, so that is it. Those are all of the makeup products that are sold at Sephora in my collection that really stand out to me, that I'm always using and loving. And yeah, so the sale ends, I believe, November 6th or 7th. It's just started for Rouge, and then VIB starts, I believe, on Halloween. So depending on your tier, the sale might be worth it, but you know, just don't, there's no pressure. Like this, it's kind of a lame sale, I'm gonna be honest. But if you're in the market for anything, these are what I would recommend and what stick out in my collection. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye!